These live-action remakes that Disney have been putting out, for the most part, in my opinion, have all been pretty bad. Some are worse than others, though. Like the Lion King remake. Soulless, not really needed, in my opinion. The animated classic will never be beaten by some soulless live-action remake, but that movie didn't try to push the envelope on anything. It just pretty much exists to exist, like a lot of the live-action remakes. But then you come to the more modern live-action remakes, such as Little Mermaid, Snow White, so on and so on, and they get worse and worse. Disney takes them as an opportunity to modernize them for modern audiences. And now, I guess Bambi is next up. I didn't even know they were going to do a live-action Bambi, but it's coming. And they're already moving to, quote-unquote, modernize it. They're going to give it a modern twist. Now, I don't know what the hell that means when it comes to a movie about animals in the forest, but there's never been a bigger red flag in today's movie world than the word made for modern audiences. So Disney continues to learn jack shit. I don't even know how far along in production this is or if the script is even written. But apparently, modern Bambi is coming, and people are sick of it. This is not getting a good response. You know, back in the day when Disney announced something, people used to jump for joy and say, hooray, awesome, this will probably be good. And that's just not the case anymore. That's why on a top 10, it's like not a top 10, but a top 50 list, Disney was number 10 now. Yellowstone is more popular than Disney. Disney is in a bad spot. And, you know, this is why their parks are losing foot traffic. There's no need for people to go be immersed in Disney anymore. No one cares. It's just lost a lot of its edge. But people are sick of this. People hear this now, and they're upset. They're like, what the hell's going on? Some of these comments are really funny. So writer Lindsay Anderson Beer recently told Collider that she is working on a script to update the animated 1942 film into a live-action remake for a more modern audience. I think that to be able to bring it to life for kids these days in a way that maybe they relate to it a little bit more would be a service to the original. How are you going to... What this really says to me, and probably a lot of you, is they're trying to figure out how they can make Bambi woke. Because in this case, you can't do anything with him. I guess what? You would, instead of brown fur, maybe they'll make his fur black or something. I don't know what they plan to do here. How do you make Bambi woke? It's literally a bunch of animals in the forest. There's like, what, one hunter? So you got one human? What do you do? Challenge, I'm sure. A challenge, I'm sure. How do we make Bambi woke? So a lot of the questions on here are maybe the mother and her death is going to be different. She has to die. Maybe she'll die because of climate change. Maybe that'll be it. While light on details on how she would modernize Bambi to make it more relatable to kids today, she did say that she is looking at how the film dealt with the death of Bambi's mother. Not to spoil the plot, but there's a treatment of the mom dying that I think some parents these days are more sensitive about than they were in the past. And I think that's one of the reasons why they haven't shown it to their children. Disney has come under fire for its recent updates to animated classics, such as The Little Mermaid. The Mouse House's upcoming Snow White replaces the seven dwarves with magical creatures of all sizes and genders. And now that they're talking about modernizing Bambi, another wave of criticism has hit the company. Here are some of the quotes from people on X. A modernized Bambi, pretty sure that story would still work today just as it is, one user wrote on X, formerly Twitter. Yeah, that's the thing with all of these stories is they all could just work as they were told back in the day. They really don't need updates, but if you're going to do it, just do what came before. That's what people want. They don't want modern twists. That's what makes the original so damn timeless. That's why I don't understand these. I hate the live actions. I don't know if I would like them even if they weren't woke. But, you know, if you're going to do them, you could do them correctly. You just need to adapt the original story into live action. One Piece did this fantastically. They were fantastic on changing that for a live action setting. They didn't add any garbage to it. They did the best they could to adapt 45 something episodes into 6 1-hour full length shows on Netflix. And they did a good job. Should hire those people to do all of their adaptations. Another question, I wonder what this means. Modernized retelling. They're going to change Bambi to a moose instead? Yeah, they change him into something else. Maybe he'll be a woman in this one. A Bambi will be a girl in this version. How exactly do you modernize something that took place in the middle of the forest? Tweeted JW Cartoonist. There was nothing about Bambi's original story that screamed this was made in the 40s. That's kind of what I was saying, and it's a really good point, actually. It's actually a timeless story. You could tell this story forever because it's in the woods. There's nothing that can't be changed into a modern story as it was. It's timeless. That's what they don't understand. But no, we got to come and put modern, current day bullshit into it. I'm almost damn curious to how they're going to do that because all the other stories have a lot of human interaction. There's no human interaction really in Bambi. It's literally in the middle of the forest, like they're saying here. So it's just crazy to me. How do you woke that up? Because that's what modernize something means to me. Woke it. That's literally what that means. So I'm really curious to how they're going to woke this shit up. And they're already talking about it before it's even been written. Because the way it makes it sound from this writer, Lindsay Anderson Beer, it hasn't even really been fully scripted yet. This is why it's fun that the strike is over. Now they can talk about this shit. And they can let us know their plans again like this. Disney has already put advisories on older shows and movies on its streaming services, warning of potentially offensive content and even putting age limits on classics such as Dumbo and Peter Pan and the Aristocats. Oh, my goodness. So, a recent poll from Redfield and Wilton found that the majority of respondents preferred if Disney created new stories rather than plunder its archive for remakes, according to Newsweek, which they will ignore because they can't make anything new. Everything they make new is trash. Like it's been a bomb. Look at Elemental, all those Pixar movies they put out over the past 2 years. All of them bombs. Strange World, Lightyear. A final comment, dragging out classics from the graves and putting on shiny new clothes to squeeze more money out of them is disrespectful to their legacy. Commented Manny Artist via X. You are meant to be a creative company. Stop rehashing and go create. People are sick of this with Disney. It's literally killing the company, but they continue to quadruple down on it whenever possible. It's wild to watch. Where's their stock at now? Is it still struggling to stay at $80? Like it's wild to watch this happen to this company. I don't know what it takes to make this company turn around. For one thing, Bob Iger's got to be replaced, and you need to get somebody in there that understands what this needs. Like they need to get away from all this garbage, culture war garbage. Get out of the culture war. Number one, get out of it. That's why it was funny when Bob Iger comes out and says, we're going to stay away from the culture wars. Yeah, right. This is your bread and butter. This is what you want because Iger wants to be a politician. I don't know if that's changed or not. The theory out there that's been kicked around that I like is that the reason that he pushed Disney down this path is so that when he runs for president, he can say, look how I woke up Disney, basically. You know you want me to be your new Democrat president. I think that those aspirations have changed, but that's for sure what he was doing when he first pushed the company down this road. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about this. How will they woke up Bambi? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on that. How do you think they'll actually make this movie woke? How do they modernize a movie about animals in the middle of the woods? Let me know what you think. This is a challenge for Disney. They'll find a way, though. They will find a way. Anyway, let me know in the comments. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and Locals. And I will see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my Locals.